So this video is not meant to be like, hey, do this or don't do this, like whatever, because I feel like I'm not even really in that authority. I feel like anytime you watch my video, not even just my video, every other YouTuber's video, I feel like you shouldn't exactly follow it like, it's the gospel. You should take it with a grain of salt, except maybe the person you're watching is so far ahead of you that wants to get to that position. So maybe, for example, now you're trying to make $100,000 with copywriting, and the YouTuber you're watching has made $100,000 with copywriting. Then you can, try to just take everything they say like to the fullest. But except that, I feel like you should just take every other thing you hear. It's a grain of salt. It's just like there's this thing I heard, like when you want to eat fish, as this here in Nigeria, the way we eat fish, you don't just eat everything. You take the fish, you eat like the fleshy parts, then you leave the bones, you leave the rubbish parts you can't eat. So basically, when you see all this information, all this stuff, you listen to the one, you take the ones that feel, useful to you, and you discard the rest. You don't have to eat everything. So with that said, there's this thought that's just been on my mind for a while. I know I always say I don't want to make the video long. I don't like making the videos long, but the video always ends up being long. So I'll try to make this one 10 minutes or less. But there's this girl I've been watching. Her name is like Mikui or something like that. Maybe I might put a picture of her channel on the screen. So basically, she's around my age range, obviously, but she's not in Nigeria. She's in like Canada or a country like that. And she just likes to talk about random things. It's not really random, but just more like since I'm interested, more like philosophy type shit. Like I want to live while I'm single, pretty people. It's just random things like that. But I really like her channel. I really vibe with her channel. But the thing I watched, or the video I watched, was like one where she said, "I want to live." I think that was the title. And basically she just talked about like how so many of us, we are trying to control life, like all this whole self-improvement stuff. You try to wake up early and do push-ups and go for your run and read books and all this, which is not necessarily bad, but you're like trying to control life. You're trying to control like the outcome. Like you're not actually living like that. You're just almost trying to control everything, trying to make everything go in your favor, which is not necessarily a bad thing. But I do get the point she's making. Like many of us have forgotten what it's like to just be like a child, because when you were a child, you didn't, you were not waking up and doing push-ups. You just didn't care. You just lived. So, but now that we're adults, as these young adults, like we try to control all these things, because you're looking for like a sense of, we like call it success now, or just like a sense of direction in life, a sense of purpose and stuff. So you resort to things like doing push-ups and reading books and stuff. So you just make you feel like you're just trying to control. So the way she described it, there's like up here trying to control your life, and while there's actually down here in the life itself. And I heard that video and I was like motivated. Yeah, I need to live more. I need to live more. But then I remembered, oh yeah, I'm in debt. I'm in massive debt. I need to pay this shit off. And obviously, like, no slack to her. I won't kind of like the girl. That's probably not going to happen. Anyways, like, she's actually making sense. Like, she's actually a nice person and stuff. But it made me wonder in that moment how practical, like, things like this is for most people. Because what she said is actually valid. Like, many of us, like, we're not actually living, you're just alive, we are not living. I've said that many times. Alive and living, that's what I want to be. But many of us are just alive, you're just existing, but you're not actually living your day-to-day life. You just wake up, grab your phone, go to work or school, come back, phone again, you sleep, wake up the next day and repeat. Like, you can't call that living. But it makes me wonder how practical it is for most of us, because I feel like that's the first version of just existing, and the second version is trying to do like push-ups and all these things. Like somebody that is doing all these self-improvement habits is not bad at all, very, very good. But to some degree, you can also call that living, because like you can, obviously, because it's good for you. But there's like, it's not exactly living, because living is just so random. It's just like an adventure. You don't exactly plan it out. When you go on an adventure with your friend, you get lost. So there was this time back in 2022, I think. So I like, then there was this long 8-month strike. So my uncle said we should go and look for like some computer center, so me and my brother could learn like networking, some tech skills and stuff. So they gave me money to enter the bus and transport. It was like across the city, like the other end of the city, so it's quite far. And they were like, I should go there and look for the place, and come back with a report. So I thought to myself, look at this money. I could actually use this money to enter the bus, or I could just take my bicycle and ride to the other end. That was the plan I was thinking. I would just ride the bicycle there and find the place and paddle back. How hard would it be? It should just be like maybe 3 hours. That was one of the most brutal shits I ever went through, bro. Like that thing was painful as fuck. I left the house around 11 a.m. I came back in the night around 8 p.m. I was paddling for almost like 12 hours straight. It reached the point that I almost died on the road. Like literally, there was a point I just couldn't keep paddling anymore. And the same money that I used to enter bus and stuff, guess what I did? I used it to buy like food to eat along the way, so I didn't pass out. Food and water. So like, but that's the point I'm just trying to make. You see that there's no plan. There's no like. It was just random. But that's living. That's life. That experience now is going to be etched in my brain forever. It's not like doing push-ups and stuff is bad, but I don't know that something like that is more adventurous, more like living. It's like it elevates your human spirit a lot more. But I wonder how practical it is for most of us, because I just remember, like I said, I'm in debt and knowing all this money and stuff. If you want to know the full story, go and watch some of my previous videos. I explain it there. It made me wonder how practical this shit is for most of us. And I'm just confused, because I feel like that's just one aspect. The other aspect is for things like even following your passion in terms of business money. Because right now, like I said, I'm winning all this money, I'm winning all this debt, so I'm trying to make money. Like I'm trying to make money online. I want to take this shit seriously. But one of the things that I question, one of the things I think about a lot is like which business model should I do? Like it has been something that bothers me a lot. And the reason why I say that is because I'm always thinking if I should follow the practical, because if you look at some previous videos I made also, the things that none of this advice is bad or good. They're all just there. They're all just, if you find it useful, use it. If not. But one of the previous videos I made, and it's still according to Alex Moses, starts with what you have, not what you wish you had. And the reason why I made that video is just like, when you start what you have, you basically do what has to be done. Like for example, you're trying to make money, instead of looking for passion or the perfect business model or stuff, you just start with whatever is fucking in front of you. But the thing about that is, usually many times if you just start like that, it's usually short-sighted. And I don't even know, that's why I said this video is going to be all over the place with style. It's usually short-sighted. Like I just feel like you are not as motivated, maybe that might be a bad word nowadays, but you're not as motivated to work on that business model and stuff compared to if it's something that stems from passion. But at the same time, if you're looking for passion and all that, you might waste a lot of time. So the thing I've just been on the fence on is, like I said, I'm trying to make all this money and stuff, which is not bad at all, but I'm not thinking which road should I follow. On one hand, I could follow my passions, and it's not bad, but on the other hand, I also think like it's not going to be as practical. So for me right now, the passion thing that's on my mind is like making an animation channel. I think I've said it before. So I want to, basically I'm inspired by people like Glitch. So Glitch is this animation channel, production studio, whatever, that I've been watching recently, and they have this series like Modern Drones and the amazing digital circles or something like that. And I just like their shows. But it seems that I just feel like I should do something like that. And the reason why is because I've said it quite a bit on this channel. Since I was a child, like since literally primary school, that's when, before I was 10 years old, I was drawing all these comics. Like I used to draw. Of course, they're not perfect, but I used to draw and make all these like stories. That time I would watch some movie. Maybe you go and watch Spider-Man. You'd be really inspired, then you go and carry your book and draw your little and recreate your own version of that. So it's always to be Spider-Man, it would be like Spike Boy or Electro Boy or something like that. So I used to do all that when I was a child. But obviously as I grew older, I just discarded the habit and stuff. But I never really got over it. It has always been at the back of my mind that I would actually like to do this. But the thing that always kept preventing me from doing it is just how practical it really is. Because me, I'm just going to be honest up front. Some people say, oh, money and stuff. And the thing is that I know money is not everything. Like, there are lots of other things other than money. But I want to make a fuck ton of money, bro. Like I want to be rich. I want to be rich. Like I want to have a lot of money. I don't want to have financial problems at all. And I just wonder how, like, if it's possible for, you to become financially free and stuff from, basically drawing all these cartoons. And I think that's where the debate is for me, because, like, I don't know. Because if you watch all these entrepreneurs and read all these books and stuff, they'll tell you to just discard, forget about passion, focus on the practical stuff, which is good advice to some degree. Because if I read Millionaire Fast Lane still around that same 2022, like, really fantastic book. I'm even going to read it again, maybe very, very soon. And in the book, the example he uses, some people who follow their passion. So there were two people. The first one, both of them wanted to make money. Both of them are broke. So the first guy followed the conventional follow your passion, stuff. So this guy was like a martial arts, professional. Like he was like some kung fu master that, like he was very good at martial arts basically. So who he wants to make money, so follow your passion. So this guy went and built up his dojo at the corner of his streets, and he'll go there and be hosting martial arts class and stuff. And maybe like 2 years later, this guy was closing down the shop because he couldn't pay rent and because students didn't come and stuff. And according to Millionaire Fast Lane, he criticized the guy because this guy just went randomly and just started a martial arts studio and stuff. He didn't think whether there's no actual demand for it. He didn't even go and be like, okay, where's the best place in the city to create my dojo? He just started it at the corner of the shop, and expected people to randomly come. He probably didn't even like advertise and stuff. But the other hand, some girl or some woman, she's interested in like, animal, dog, shelter, whatever. So that's her passion. But instead of her to, go and work in some dog shelter or start her own, she first, push it to the side, then just focus on her actual business. So I think she built like some software company. So let's say like 5 years later, she was now selling the company for millions of dollars. So now she's like rich. Then after she sold it, she now went to the dog shelter thing she has always wanted to do for like the last 5 years and stuff. So when I heard that, it always felt hard to just listen to follow your passion and stuff. But at the same time, I don't know if that's actually bad. Because that's the mindset that always comes to me. It's like, just do something practical, then when you make money, you can always go back to your passion, which is not bad. But I remember still that same 2022 again. 2022 was actually like a busy. I had so many realizations 2022. But still that same 2022, so I remember after reading this book and thinking about all this stuff, I was like, so what should I now do? Should I just do something practical, follow my passion? And I had these debates, and at the time, the passion thing, like this animation and drawing and stuff, that's always been in my body. I was even considering it at the time, but the one that I was really, really, really into at the time was like singing or making music and stuff. So I was thinking about it, that should I, go and sing and do all these things, or I should forget singing and focus on like a practical business model company. So I was sitting down there, and that's one thing about me. I used to overthink a lot. So I just like, bro, just choose one. So eventually, after going back and forth with the debate, towards the end of 2022, I now just chose singing. Like I just told myself, I'm going to sing. I'm going to forget making money on business. I'm just going to fucking sing. Try to make it work.
I just woke up one morning and everything has changed all of a sudden. Why is it only black and where I'm touching? Why is life hard? Why don't I want to walk it?
Around, let's say October, let's say around September, October, I started, kind of singing seriously. So I was not really serious, but to some degree seriously. Then from October, November, December 2022 up until January, February, March, April of 2023. So that was like, 6 months or so. So I was really singing, especially in 2023. At the beginning, I started singing like crazy. Maybe I might put one of the songs on the screen if I have the chance.
This is mental slavery, girl. You've been driving me crazy. Your thoughts they bound and chain me. You make me overthink daily, girl. This is mental slavery. Mental slavery. This is slavery. Mentally. Seems like you've gotten the best of me. I've been trying hard to set me free, but your face, it stays inside of me.
But if not, go to my other channel, Cowbug Universe. The songs are always there. So I sang all these songs, and it was actually fun. Like I actually enjoyed myself. I really liked it at the time. But after 10 or 15 songs later, however many I sang, I realized that yes, this is not actually bad. I'm having fun singing all these songs, but I'm not sure I want to turn this to like my business model or my hustle, because as fun as it is, it's not really, it's fun, but it's not easy. That's how I put it. It's fun, but it's not easy. And because something like singing now, there are two routes. I feel like there are two routes you can take. First one is to become like an actual singer, like to become the next Juice WRLD or Eminem or whatever. That's the first route. The second one is to like not necessarily you will still gain a decent bit of like following and stuff, but you definitely don't need to be like the next Juice WRLD. But yeah, you not teach other people how to sing. To me, that's the one that has always appealed more to me, because like it's more controllable. You don't have to be the next Juice, like to be the next Juice WRLD. Like I don't know, you can't really control that, but to just teach people, grow a big enough audience to teach people how to sing, you can charge them maybe $2,000 and I'll teach you how to sing as well as me. Something like you can make good money up to 100k from that. But I just told myself like I don't want to be doing that. Like I just don't. So I now abandoned singing. Then I went back to making self-improvement videos on my other channel. Then before, like maybe that's something I'll do one of these days. I'll tell my story. So, but it seems that now, definitely, I've not sung any songs since that time, but I'm planning on singing some new ones, this year. If I sing anyone, I'll post it. Well, the thing is that if I didn't do that, if I did not go all in on singing, I would have never known. And that same, like, that thought would have just always been like back of my mind, like, what if I could be a singer? Like right now, of course, I still want to sing. Singing is something I still want to keep like around me. Like I don't necessarily want to discard this skill because who is your passion, so just forget about it. I don't want to discard it necessarily, but I want to still keep it around, so to be kind of decent at it, so that maybe when I make a random song or random freestyle, or maybe you and your friends are sitting together and you randomly sing, like you always want to sound good. This is for me. But I just feel like I would have never gotten to the point where I know now if I just never took it that serious. Like for those 6 months or those 3 or 4 months where I was really, really, really into singing, like the only thing on my mind was just make a song. I don't know. I don't know if I would have had the realization. So I just feel like it's the same thing. I feel like it's the same thing because one thing right now, as of right now, my younger brother, so I'm going to be 21 this year. Wow, that's crazy. Well, you'll actually be 18 next month. So he's pretty much an adult already. But right now, like once you start becoming an adult, especially when you're about to enter university, everybody will start advising you, start making money, Making money is not bad, but sometimes it annoys me because it's almost like that's the only thing people talk about. Make money. Like, I just feel like there's more to life than making money. But like I said, I want to be rich as fuck, so making money is not a bad thing by any means. But everybody, like especially my other brother, I'm not, like I said, none of this is right or wrong. They're just there. So whichever one you find valuable, use it. But my other brother, is more of the like practical side, like actually make money and start learning something now that you have the time. Now that you're just 18. But him is he's playing football, soccer, that's how they call it. And he's passionate about it because almost every day he goes there, goes to the field to go and play, comes back to the house very late. Our parents will yell at him, why are you coming this late? He will stop you from going to play the ball, but you'll still go to play again. So like that's passion. But and the thing is that on one hand you could discourage him because you're playing all this football. He's not going to, you're probably not going to become the next Ronaldo, obviously. Like there's a very high chance you won't. And you're playing all this football and it's not going to give you money. So it's basically like a waste of time, which to some degree is true. But at the same time, I feel like it might not be true because, yes, first of all, like the two routes I said, you could either become the next Ronaldo, which you probably won't, or you could just like be good enough, grow a big enough following, and just teach people like that are below you, that people that want to be as good as you are. Teach them money, you can make a lot of money from that. And even if for whatever reason, let's assume it doesn't work out, it doesn't end up becoming a footballer, I still don't see it as a waste of time because first of all, I feel like at that phase where that is just the priority and stuff, there are lessons to be learned. At least that's how I feel. Like even from the singing and stuff, the lessons I might not be able to necessarily say them out, but I don't know, I can just tell that because I did that, there's growth. Like I'm just a better person overall. And maybe it's false, but I just feel like that. And even someone like himself that is seriously into like sports and everything. Yes, you might not necessarily make money, but imagine like the type of skills, or the type of like just the growth that will come from that. Because something like football, for example, to become very, very good, you have to be like, or at least for an athlete to become good, most athletes, especially if you're trying to be like a pro athlete, you have to literally dedicate focus and vision to this stuff. Like many, I'm sure you have heard, you know, people like LeBron James and whatever, they will literally wake up 4 a.m. to like, you know, practice their basketball skills and stuff. And imagine that meta skill, because it's not actually like, you know, train basketball, probably couldn't give you money, but that meta skill of being able to wake up 4 a.m. and focus on one thing and just do damn work. Like imagine how good that skill is, because if you can learn it while trying to, you know, play football and stuff, soccer, whatever you call it, you can most likely transfer it to other areas of your life. And I feel like that's very valuable as well, because I noticed one thing that I've been struggling with a lot now is like consistency. So I find it hard to just wake up and do the damn work and just do the damn work for like 6 months straight. And that's still another thing, like, because imagine some athletes preparing for like some big game. Maybe the game is like 6 months from now, maybe, I don't know, Premier League or whatever. I don't really watch football, so I don't know. So maybe they are preparing for like Premier League or something. Imagine the type of focus and dedication they have to give to this thing. Like that would literally teach you to focus for like on one thing for like 6 months straight. And that's like a very, very, very good skill, actually. Like a super valuable skill. So I don't know, but at the end of the day, the suspense is still there. Because on one hand, I feel like you should follow your passion. I don't know if you end up, you know, not becoming like me. I didn't end up being a musician or being a rapper or whatever.
I think I need colors. Lately I've been feeling kind of lost. Life feels very drenched, so make it sweet, I need more.
Like, yes, you learn something from it. But on the other hand, I also feel like MJ DeMarco is still right to some degree. Like, just forget about your passion. Nobody gives two fucks about your passion. And just do what has to be done. I don't know. There's just like I still don't know the answer. I've still not found the answer. That's why I'm making a video, just to give myself clarity. It's almost like a journal, because it's like just me self-reflecting and stuff. But it's something I think about quite a lot. So which one will I end up doing? I think I just don't know. Because today now, I might wake up this morning and be like, oh, you know, I should follow my passion, I should try, I should give it my all, I shouldn't care. Or the other hand, it could be like, I should just do what is practical, I should do what has to be done, rather than, you know, whole passion and stuff. I know I said this video won't be long, but this video is probably more than 10 minutes already, so yeah. But yeah, I just don't know. Like, maybe if you have an idea, you can write it in the comments, as if anybody will even watch this video to this point. But I just, like, it's something I just think about. What should you actually do? And also, I feel like also to some degree, it's like I just don't know. I feel like on one hand, I feel like you should just do it. Like, just follow the passion and stuff. Because even if, you know, 3 months later, 6 months later, 1 year later, you forget about it, that experience, first of all, it will like almost, you can now like check it off your box and know that, okay, I'm not going to do this thing full time. Like, you will just kind of know how you want to do it, whether you want to do it full time, part time, you know, just on the side as a hobby, or just like a skill you want to just have around. But you never really know that. And the last thing I'll just say before I go, is there's this you know, girl or woman or whatever I still saw on YouTube yesterday. Maybe I might put her stuff on the screen if I remember. But she too is an artist. Like, she's like a painter, oil painting is how they call it. Like, she's basically like an artist that draws with brush and stuff. And she like, what she said is what I don't know what is making me think, part of what is making me think, like, because she said how to just like, I'm skeptical now, like, should you follow your passion or should you just do what is practical? She has always been like that for the longest time, but eventually, I think she said in 2022. See, 2022 was a special year. I think she said in 2022 also, she like took the leap of faith and, you know, started pursuing arts full time and stuff, rather than just doing it on the side or not taking it seriously like most of us do. And just the skills she has built up and stuff, she knows she can always survive. But the thing is that, like, what she said is like, you'll never know if you become successful if you never actually like try it. And that's true. Like, right now, like I said, you might not be the next Juice WRLD or the next Ronaldo, but at the same time, you never know. You never really know, because I'm sure Juice WRLD at the time, you know, okay, you could argue that Juice WRLD, like, okay, let's just say Ronaldo. I'm sure Ronaldo at the time, maybe when he started, when he was very young, maybe when he was like maybe 16 or 17 or whatever, 18. I doubt if in his mind he was like, you know, I'm going to be like the next big shot. Maybe he might have known that, but there's many times you don't usually know. You don't usually, until you like just step into that unknown that you find out. And many times too, like very, very, very many times, you might not be that hot shit. Like you might not. See, I'm not even being. Hope this shows me recording sense. You might not be like the next big thing. Like nobody gives two fucks, but you just don't know. So I feel like you should try. I just feel like you should try. And this is something I wanted to say before. I know I said it just because I now remember then. So I remember then, like after 2022, right? So after the what was it now? So in 2020, earlier in the year, you know, when I first read it, I was contemplating it, like, who should I follow my passion, who I should, you know, sing or whatever. So at first I was doing practical, and the thing that has always been kind of practical for me is like Faceless channels, YouTube automation and stuff. Like just make a video in the finance niche. Like at times it was not really finance niche, but it was just like Faceless channel because that felt more practical of making money than just singing. So after I argued that back and forth, you know, eventually I quit. Like I stopped doing the Faceless channel and focused on singing. So 2023, when I got back, I continued doing like throughout 2023, I was basically just trying to be practical. Like apart from after that singing time around like January to like April, every other time of me I was just trying to be practical. My other channel, you know, I was making all these self-improvement videos, trying to get views. I was started doing one-on-one coaching. I actually got one client that I made my first dollar like actually. So I was trying to be practical. I did that. I went back to the Faceless channel. I was like uploading more. Like that last year was when the channel saw the most growth. I started learning about copywriting. You know, did affiliate marketing. I was trying to do all these practical things. But it seems that I still, like, here we are now, 2024, you know, 1 year later. And I'm still broke. Like, I'm still broke. So, it just made me think, like, I followed, you know, the practical side. And I still ended up being broke. And I'm still, like, right now, I'm still broke. And part of it is because I was just not serious. Like, the main reason is probably because I was not serious. I didn't do it seriously enough. But it just asked myself, then what if I just did, you know, the art stuff? At least now I will know whether I want to do it or not. Because the fear, the reason why you always, or at least why I always tried not to do it is because of that fear that I'm still going to be broke at the end of the day. But now that I didn't, you know, do the art stuff, I'm still broke. So wouldn't it just be better to be broke and I've known, you know, you want to do the art stuff than to be broke and, you know, have, like, you have no money being broke and you're still not doing the art stuff. So anyways, I don't know. I just don't know. Like I said, I don't know the answers. I'm just making this video to put it out there. And nobody's probably going to watch this, but we make it regardless. Anyways, that's it for now. The day I was broken, everybody's gradually coming out. So yeah, it's time for me to go live my life. See y'all next one.